Well, hi there, I'm KK, and today I thought I'd talk to you about personal development from the inside out. Why it's incredibly important that you do the work internally so that you can enjoy the benefits of that externally. So, have you ever gotten to a place of stuck in some aspect of your life that felt like there's really no way for you to go any further? There's no way for you to go deeper, or perhaps you're just in this place where you don't know the next step. Oftentimes, I look at the concept of developing yourself more, right, as an internal or an external opportunity. Why? Because it's incredibly important that we realize that just faking it until we make it and looking the part without actually absorbing some of the things that we need can be incredibly detrimental. So I know there's a lot of pop culture out there that tells you to just put the very best out there and believe it before it's happened and you will receive it. But I really do truly advocate for a more well-rounded, a more holistic view of who you are and who you want to be. So when we think about doing the hard work, right, doing the internal work, that could be really a number of things in your personal or professional life that you need to go deeper on. It may be that you're reaching a point of stuck in your interpersonal relationships, and you need to look at each of those relationships both individually, but also from a perspective of everyone involved versus just your own hurt or your own thought processes or just what you want out of those relationships. I think the same is true professionally. Oftentimes, on the business side of things, I work as a coach and consultant, and I help people and business owners specifically to get to the next level. And what's often keeping them back, I know this will shock you, is their thoughts. It's all about how they determine their success. And although I'm not a believer in thinking and growing rich, as you may know, I do believe that everything we do starts in the mind, and every success that we have started up here before it ever came out externally. And so I truly advocate for the concept of getting the whole house in order. So not just working on the outside and not just working on the inside without reflecting it out. And I think it just leaves for a better experience, a chance and a way to go deeper. And overall, you're going to have more permanent, more permeable results when you look at every aspect of your life from a 360-degree angle. So I really do believe that we want to look at every aspect of our lives in this mode, meaning we want to look at maybe a future, desire, goals, needs, vision. That's the stuff everybody gets all excited about. But also looking at where we're at now and then looking back, look at where you've been stuck, how long, what's happened in the past, so that you could really have an understanding of what it's going to take to get to that vision without this blind, it will happen thought process. And so when I think about advice that I would give you, if you're in a stuck place right now and you're thinking through how to get to a next step and it feels almost impossible, I really believe in applying business-like principles to your personal life. So some of this is going to sound like very rudimentary, very basics information, but it's incredibly powerful. And I think the first thing I would recommend is to start where you are, but also examine your heart. So to better understand why you're stuck, you've got to really peel back the layer and look yourself in the mirror and decide whether or not you really want to be there, or if you're ready and willing to do what it takes to get out of stuck. Let me be honest, most people don't ever get past that. They stay in stuck. They don't want to deal with why they're stuck. They're fearful of uncovering whatever it is they think they're going to uncover. And although they may look the part on the outside and say all the right things and claim that they want to be different, I think a lot of people are really fearful of what that means and what it takes to get there. The second aspect of this is to have a very realistic view of what it's going to take to get to your next step or to your, hashtag vision or goals. And so another stuck point for a lot of folks is to figure out how does that look from a very practical, pragmatic way, and sense versus this big, hairy, audacious dream and goal that is often kind of what's pushed in our culture right now. To dream as big as possible and to believe the best, but no clear path on how to get there. I'm just a little more sensitive to that, knowing that you've probably been through some sort of thought process change or wanting to get to a certain outcome without knowing how to do the work or wanting to do the work. And I think that's just another area where that level of pragmatism of writing it out, journaling, putting pen to paper or hand to keyboard can be incredibly helpful to help you to just make a path that makes sense and to get where you want to go, honestly. Lastly, and I think this is probably the most difficult of them all, it's to get rid of anything in your life, anything in your circumstance, anything in your business that may be keeping you from getting where you want to go. Sometimes that's a person, sometimes that's a place, and sometimes that's a thing. And it may be really tough to think about important, influential people in your life who maybe no longer deserve that role, or that role is keeping you from where you want to be and what you want to do. And I don't care if this is related to, your health and wellness, feeling good about who you are and your, mental capacity, or even something incredibly tangible like meeting a money goal. These little tips and tricks should really work for all of the above. And it's because there is a science to success, if I can say that without getting hated on. And I watch time and time again people get to that next level in their career, in their life, and the system is always the same. It's like they do not give up no matter what. They're very intentional about how they get where they're going to go. They literally map it out and plan for their success. And then finally, because there's a no excuses kind of thought process and action that goes along with that, that means they're willing to take things, people, places, and all of the above out of their life to get to that goal because they're laser focused on how, if, and when they will get there. And I really encourage you, if that's what you want, to really work towards that too. So, although I truly advocate for starting where you are, I also know that you will know when it's time to go to the next step. And I want to encourage you in that today. So don't focus on what's external and what looks good on the gram, but instead really go deep. Take this time, use the momentum that you may have right now to make a difference in your life, in your business, and in anything in between. And I'll be here cheering you on. Let's talk more soon.